Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. My name is Adrian. We won the die roll, and I think we keep it. It's a pretty bad opening keep. Anyways, jumping back to what I was about to say. So my name's Adrian. This is Giant Monster Games. We're playing the Hunted Orb deck, as you guys can see on the screen right over here. Ooh, Thoughtseize right away. Scary times. We are playing some other more. I'm playing this deck a bunch more and making some new recordings. I took this deck through a league, so you've probably already seen that there is 3 videos today, and they're like 3 days late or something like this. So I took this deck through a league. I did really poorly. I did poorly for one, partly because of my mistakes, partly because I just got paired up against some really bad decks. That's a really bad opening keep. Well, let's just play Godless Shrine tapped here. So what I've decided to do, instead of posting the gameplay, also the first 3 matches I recorded didn't record properly. They recorded at about like 1 frame per second, so it's just like play, stop, play, stop, play, stop. And it's not good. It was bad. It was super bad. So, ooh, I think we're playing against the Mardu Pyromancer deck. Interesting. Okay, so what I've decided to do is I said, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and I'm going to re-record a couple of videos. One of the videos from that actually turned out well. I'm super salty at it. I am like the saltiest I've ever been in my entire life. So that's something in that keep in mind there. I think we're going to go run down this, by the way. Auto-selecting mana. It would be a really nice feature in MTGO. So I'm re-recording as I'm trying to say here. I'm re-recording a bunch of videos here, seeing me play against a bunch of other decks. We're playing in the tournament practice area, so we should, in theory, be playing against more meta decks, which I want to play against. I want to play against more meta decks. A couple of the games I lost, and so in the league, I actually went 0-2 for the first game, and then 1-2 for the other 3 games, and then 2-1 for the other game. So does our opponent swing in? Our opponent does nothing. Interesting. So this is really scary for me, I'm not going to lie, because I kind of want to play something that, like, I want to play Hunted Horror, but if he bolts this guy, then it doesn't really work out for us. That's a thing. So do I risk it? Do I risk it, or do I play Sundial Infinite? I think we play... I'm really scared. I'm not gonna lie. I think we try for it. I think we try for it. Fingers crossed he doesn't have a bolt in hand. If he has a bolt and he has a way of getting rid of this guy, then he gets a couple creatures. Scary times. Super scary times. Oh, good. Our opponent doesn't have anything. Whew. Good for us. Ship it to our opponent's turn. Actually, not ship it to our opponent's turn. We're actually going to swing in with the guard. Why not? Might as well. So as I was saying, I was saying I was going to talk about my record in the league I played, because this is the first video you guys are seeing. This is video number 1. I could do like air quotes here. Video number 1. So the league I played, the first game I lost was a bad matchup. I can't remember exactly what it was against, but it was a bad matchup. It just the deck has bad matchups. And then the second game I played against 8-Rack, and I should have won. I have like no reason not to have won against 8-Rack. The thing is, I ended up what is he doing? Hooligan's Command. Ew. And so what is this? Discard a card, deal 2 damage. And block here. I see what he's doing. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I think we pitch a Plains. Don't really need more land. But I had no reason to lose against 8-Rack. 8-Rack is actually a pretty good matchup for us, because we have a bunch of card draw, and we only need to get like 1 creature into play, and then we're golden. So, but I was just playing really bad. I was trying to rush through something I've learned, something I've known for a long time, but something that was reiterated to me and reconfirmed to me, is that playing matches, when you see me doing gameplay video just like this, and talking through my process, it's difficult. It's really difficult. We're playing Grixis, not, I thought we were playing Mardu Pyromancer. It's definitely Grixis. So that guy's got back to our hand. This is not a terrible matchup for us, but it's definitely a difficult matchup for us. When I'm doing gameplay video, I tend to play, Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant's actually a pretty good card for us. I think we're going to run down Dark Confidant and then Sundial of the Infinite. So yeah, so when I'm playing gameplay, sorry, I keep losing track because I'm also trying to play the game at the same time here. Silly me. Why would I do that? So playing games and trying to walk through what I'm doing and why I'm doing stuff and what decisions I'm making. Because when I'm playing normally, when I'm playing like in paper or I'm just playing testing decks out or whatever, I don't have this problem. I don't have to do this. I don't need to say, hey, I'm going to play this card and I'm going to go do this, because I'm not talking to you guys as I play. So when I'm doing it in paper, I just keep bouncing stuff. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's better than him either fate sealing us or locking down stuff. Oh, he's going to pitch the Dark Confidant. Wah, wah. My mug says I'd rather be reading, by the way, if you guys are wondering. I mean, it's actually my fiance's mug. She is a huge, avid reader. I want to get a nice big mug like this. I drink it of this one because it's like huge. It's like a giant mug. This is why I'm drinking out of it. Not the fact that I would rather be reading, technically. I like reading. I just don't do a lot of it these days because I do a lot more video making stuff. So yeah, as I was saying, backing up. I'm gonna keep like trying to digress back to my train of thought here while I'm trying to play. So when I'm actually playing a game, I can think about it. I can do all these like logic processes, like is this better? Is this a better play? Is this a good? What's the best line to play here? What do I do this? What could he possibly have? What do I need to play around? Yada yada yada. In my head, and I can do this probably 3 or 4 times faster. Double Thoughtseize, ouch, super ouch. I can do this probably 2 or 3 times faster in my head than I can when I'm physically having to talk through it with you guys. So what ends up happening is one of 2 things. Budget Hunted Horror, that's actually the worst one because, well, technically not that worse. Not necessarily worse. So for me, what am I trying to say here? When I'm talking through things, one of 2 things happen. Either I make a misplay because I'm trying to talk through everything rather than actively... do I play this? 1 card in hand. I think we're safe. Safe-ish to play it. And I think we hold up the Marsh Flats. Make our opponent wonder what's in our hand. Yeah. So yeah, so when I'm talking with you guys, either I make a misplay because I'm trying to talk through everything I'm doing, and I kind of like miss certain things because I'm trying to look and talk about everything I'm seeing or doing. Or what ends up happening is that I end up playing too slowly, and then my clock ends up running out, and then it gets even worse at that point where I'm not playing as fast as I need to be, and it just kind of gets bad. So yeah, so the 8-rack deck I played against, that was completely what it was. I'm trying to play fast. I'm trying to be like, yeah, keep my clock in mind because 8-rack can be a little bit grindy at times, and play, and just made some really, really bad misplays. And the entire time I was like, I can't believe I did this. I just misplayed that. Like I would play something, and then I would just be like, I misplayed. I completely 100% did the wrong thing. I'm gonna say at this point, if our opponent blasts this guy away, we are probably gonna scoop and go to the sideboard. We have stuff to deal with him in sideboard. Ah, Tasigur. Okay, that's a thing. Okay, what does he swing in with? I'm assuming he doesn't swing in with anything. It doesn't seem viable for him to swing in yet. Okay. Plague Belcher. Now, we have 2 options here. The first option is we swing in with the Pit Dweller, and he likely blocks with Tasigur, and then we Sundial Infinite Plague Belcher. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so I think this is what we're going to do. So here's a tricky trick for you. We're gonna see if our opponent has anything. It's gonna be interesting if it works. So, play Plague Belcher. Comes into play. We're gonna put 2 -1/-1 counters on Treacherous Pit Dweller. So 2 counters go on this guy. Again, this is why I'm playing these guys. Is you can play them even though you don't have your pieces in play. Now we could technically Sundial and prevent that trigger from going on the stack. That is an option. Or I can make it a 2/1. Go to combat. Do I attack Jace? I think we attack Jace. See if our opponent wants to save Jace, or if he wants to kill this guy. See if our opponent knows what's about to go on. So we're attacking in with Treacherous Pit Dweller, in the idea that he will likely block it and kill it, and then when it comes back with its Undying... Oh, he does. Good. So when it comes back with Undying... So Undying triggers. Yes. And now we end our turn. So it comes back into play under our control as a 5/4. Mind you, this being said, he can still bounce it to our hand. But we did get a 5/4 Menace into play, so we ended up getting a small amount of value. So, yeah. So he's going to return it to our hand, which is fine. We still have a 5/4 Menace. Which, I hate to point it out, but 5/4 Menace still can kill the... And he has a second Jace. So this guy's going to back to our hand as well. Bye. Good to see you. Not the funnest thing to happen. But it happens once in a while. And that is going to be us taking a bunch of damage. Ooh. Scary times. We draw into a swamp. I think we kind of do the same thing we just did. So play Treacherous Pit Dweller. Play Plague Belcher. Tossing the counters onto Treacherous Pit Dweller. And then we ship it to our opponent's turn. Obviously, we can't Sundial Infinite on our opponent's turn. It's only on our turn. Actually, I could have played Treacherous... Oh, I played that backwards. Played it way backwards. I should have played Pit Dweller first, and then I should have played Plague Belcher, ending our turn, preventing those counters. That's totally what I did do. I just didn't enter my turn because I didn't play Marsh Flats. That was a misplay. That was a misplay right there, guys. Talking about misplays, misplay. It happens. I don't expect to win this one, for the record. I mean, mostly because he can still bounce stuff. He can likely bounce Plague Belcher again to our hand. Is a thing. Yeah. So Plague Belcher goes back to our hand. And then he plays what? Snapcaster Mage, probably doing Kolaghan's Command. Yeah. I think this is going to be the time we go to sideboard and see what we can do against Grixis Pyromancer, or Grixis, just Grixis in general. Not really Grixis Pyromancer per se, but it's just Grixis. Grixis Control, you might say. So, yep. Done, and go to sideboard. Concede game. Sideboarderific is. Okay, we have stuff to deal with this deck. I'm not too concerned about it. We have stuff in the sideboard. I guarantee you. For starters, Eater Days come out. Too risky. Other things that need to come out. Hunted Horror is good, but with all of the ways of him removing stuff, it's a little bit risky. Zealous Persecution comes in, deals with his tokens. It also just deals with Young Pyromancer in general. As much as I want to put in Expedite, I don't think it's actually worth it. Lingering Souls is good. He's going to have Liliana. He should have Liliana. If he doesn't, we need ways of just getting in damage. And Taxiid is also a card that's not amazing, because usually this deck holds up stuff, like, a lot. So we kind of... When Taxiid comes out, I don't think he's good enough. Collective Brutality is good in this matchup. Unfortunately, at this point, we're taking out a lot of stuff that allows us to win games. Fatal Pushes need to stay in. Path to Exile, you can come out. As much as you're awesome, you're not awesome enough. Other things. Inquisition and Thought Seizes are nice. Torpor Orb, Sundial Infinite is not as nice as it could be. So we're going to take that out, and we're actually going to put it in a single Oblivion Ring. Just one. And I think that's what it's going to be. So again, we're kind of shifting a little bit gears, putting a little bit more control. Probably actually could have taken out... I was going to say I probably could have taken out... I'm going to play first, yeah. Words. I could have taken out words, guys. Words could have come out of my mouth. And this is a neat opening hand. I think we're going to keep it. I was going to say I could have taken out Inquisition, probably because we don't necessarily need 8 pieces of hand disruption. It's going to be nice especially against the deck we're playing against, it is going to be nice. So I think we're going to go that way. So it's going to be Shambling Vents into Concealed Courtyard. He's going to be our lineup play here. Opponent mulligans down to 6. Shambling Vents, ship it to our opponent's turn. Whoa, oh, yeah, okay. I thought I didn't actually click it. I was like, oh god. Don't want to, I don't want to skip to my turn, please. That sounds bad. So, let's see if our opponent has the Inquisition. It's going to be Dark Confidant. The only reason not to keep this hand would have been because Dark Confidant is going to go away. But it kind of forces him to take something. It also means we also get a body that's going to be swinging in. Ooh, Zealous Persecution is really good. Well, let's go on the aggro plan, guys. Let's just get a guy down. If he has Fatal Pushes, now's the time he's going to have to start using them. Because this shuts down a lot of things for him. Actually, it doesn't shut down that much. It shuts down Snapcaster Mage. Hey, Creeping Tar Pit. Neat. Creeping Tar Pit's what? A 3/2. Okay. And can't be blocked. Fair enough. But it can block. That is the scary thing. Okay, well, let's Inquisition our opponent straight out. We have 2 turns before we can start making Shambling Vent into something. So Snapcaster Mage is shut down. Kolaghan's Command. So again, Jace the Mind Sculptor is going to be really problematic for us. So I was mentioning, actually, I mentioned in the League videos, but I don't think actually they may have made it in. I'm not sure. Kolaghan's Command goes away, by the way. That the deck has, right now, it has 4 Inquisitions, 2 Thoughtseize, and should be all the way around, because the cards that give us problems tend to be 4 mana. So Supreme Verdict, Wrath of Gods tends to be really difficult for us. Go to combat, swing for 2. And we can also leave this up. Opponent doesn't have any red. Oh, he has Flooded Strand. Okay, never mind. I was like, opponent doesn't have any red cards. That's amazing. But he does. He can go fetch up a red land with his Flooded Strand. And I think it's going to be Field of Ruin into yet another Honor Guard. Mostly because I don't want to... I mean, Marsh Flats is really good, but we kind of need to hold Marsh Flats up for Fatal Push. No, we don't. Tasigur is the only thing we would possibly be hitting for 3 or 4. He's 4, technically. Marsh Flats is one of those cards where originally when I was playing this deck, specifically at the beginning of the league, I was like, yeah, crack Marsh Flats immediately, kind of thin our deck. And thinning your deck is cool and fun and usually effective, but when you're running Fatal Push, you're kind of like, do I need a 4th mana? Keeping... I mean, I don't think he realizes that this doesn't trigger. Hey, creatures enter the battlefield, don't do anything for you. Fine by me. Okay. Oh, opponent scoops it. Interesting. Does opponent actually scoop it up, or does our opponent, like, drop the match? And we're not going to change anything. I think we're going back. As I say, we could take out a couple Inquisitions, but I'd actually think I'd rather leave them in. Leaving them in strictly because they can still hit Kozilek. Inquisition of Kozilek. Yes, that is a card. No, it's not. I'm thinking of Kozilek's Command. Not Kozilek's Command. Kolaghan's Command. Jeez. Words. Words are things, friends. We'll keep this. It's good. I don't think our opponent realized that this makes it so creatures don't trigger abilities when they come into play. So this guy's going to go real quick. And then we're going to Inquisition our opponent back. There you go. Have it back. It's all yours. Yes. This is not the most amazing opening hand, but having a bunch of hand disruption is nice. So we're going to keep it. Also, Lingering Souls, just getting in small flyers, small damage is going to go a long way. So yeah. Honor Guard goes away. Our opponent feels a slight amount of butthurt from it because of last game. Playing, thinking that they can all be crazy and play Snapcaster Mage and then flashbacking Kozilek, or Inquisition of Kolaghan's Command. Inquisition of Kolaghan's Command. Yeah, that's a card. So, opponent only has 1 land. It's red. I think we go... So we have kind of 2 options, right? We can go... I think we go Thoughtseize, and next turn we go Kolaghan's Command. We go this way because he doesn't have his only land he has in play that we know of right now comes into play tapped. So he can't play Young Pyromancer or Snapcaster Mage unless he draws into another land. Okay, so we're going to be able to Inquisition a second time. Our opponent doesn't know we have a second Godless Shrine, by the way, so I'm going to put it over here. Ooh. Let's Marsh Flats. We're going to crack the Marsh Flats for a swamp. Could get a Godless Shrine, but I think we're going to get a swamp. And then we're going to Inquisition our opponent twice and just, like, completely draw his hand out. So yet another Creeping Tar Pit. Oh, and our opponent decides he doesn't want to go against us anymore. That's fine. That's fine. If your Grixis control deck doesn't want to deal anything, I'm okay with that. Anyways, this has been Adrian. I hope you guys understand why the videos are late and why I'm recording other gameplay videos. Until next time, this is Giant Monster Games. Don't forget to game like a giant monster.
Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.